This man was richer, more powerful than all the present wealthiest now, and he did it all 2,000 years ago, without hustle culture, without grinding, and without stress. What if I told you the real secret to wealth isn't working harder, but thinking like a Roman emperor who turned obstacles into gold? Seneca didn't chase money, he chased wisdom. And in doing so, money chased him. While others panicked in chaos, he grew richer. How? In 60 seconds, I'll show you the 3 Stoic rules that built his fortune and how you can use them to make wealth inevitable. It's not what you think. Picture this. Rome 50 AD. The streets are crowded with merchants, slaves, and senators, all scrambling for power and gold. But one man stands apart, Seneca, advisor to Emperor Nero, a philosopher, and by today's standards, a $300 million man. But here's what history books won't tell you. His wealth wasn't luck. It wasn't even his connections. It was something far more powerful, a mindset so unshakable, it turned chaos into opportunity. While others panicked when exiled, Seneca wrote letters that shaped Western thought. When Nero forced him to kill himself, he met death with calm dignity. And through it all, he grew richer, not just in money, but in freedom, influence, and legacy. Now ask yourself, how many people do you know who are grinding 24/7, chasing money, only to end up stressed and unfulfilled? Seneca's secret? Wealth isn't about hustling harder, it's about thinking differently. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use his 3 Stoic principles to build wealth on your terms, without burning out, without desperation, just pure clarity and control. Sounds impossible? Let's begin. 1. Focus on what you control. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Let that sink in. How much time do you waste worrying about markets crashing, bosses firing you, or things you can't change? Here's the brutal truth. The richest minds don't fight reality. They focus on their response. Let me show you how this works. When Seneca was exiled to Corsica, stripped of his wealth, status, everything, he didn't beg. He didn't panic. He wrote. His letters became some of the most valuable philosophies in history. And when he returned, more powerful than ever. This is the first law of Stoic wealth. Control your focus or stay poor. Most people obsess over the economy, which they can't control. Their boss's mood, which they can't control. Luck, timing, fairness, which they can't control. But Stoic millionaires? They invest 100% of their energy into their skills, negotiation, decision-making, emotional discipline. Their daily habits, learning, networking, health. Their choices, where to spend time, who to trust, when to walk away. So here's your challenge, right now. Grab a pen and write down 3 things you can control this week to move your finances forward. Maybe it's finally learning to invest. Maybe it's reaching out to a mentor. Maybe it's cutting one toxic money habit. Because remember, no one gets rich by accident. They get rich by focusing where it matters. 2. Turn obstacles into advantages. Here's where most people lose everything, and where Stoics like Seneca built empires. Picture this. Emperor Nero, a tyrant who burned Rome, orders Seneca to kill himself. No trial, no mercy, just death. But what does Seneca do? He doesn't beg. He doesn't scream. He turns his execution into the ultimate lesson on courage. His final words became immortal. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Think about that. A man staring death in the face and he's teaching. That's the Stoic millionaire mindset. No disaster is wasted, ever. Your business fails? That's your network expanding. You get fired? That's your skill up season. You lose money? That's your financial education getting cheaper. Modern proof? Steve Jobs. Fired from Apple, the company he built. Did he crumble? No, he bought Pixar, revolutionized animation. Then returned to Apple and made it history's first trillion-dollar company. Here's your power move today. Take one challenge you're facing right now, a rejection, a loss, a fear, and reframe it as your unfair advantage. Stuck in a 9-to-5? That's funding your empire. Facing competition? That's your training montage. Feeling unprepared? That's your starting line. Because here's the truth, Seneca proved, the obstacle is the way. Your next setback, that's your setup. 3. Wealth is a byproduct of wisdom. Now, this is where Seneca exposes the biggest lie about wealth. He wrote, "It's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Let that sink in. Most people chase money like it's the finish line. But Stoics knew the truth. Real wealth isn't in your bank account, it's in your mind. Seneca could have hoarded gold like Nero. Instead, he invested in wisdom. His writings outlasted Rome's empire. His ideas built fortunes for centuries. That's the compounding interest of true wealth. Modern example, Warren Buffett. While Wall Street chases headlines, he reads 5 hours a day. Why? Because he knows knowledge compounds faster than money. Here's your wake-up call. A luxury car depreciates, negotiation skills appreciated, a Rolex tells time, financial literacy buys time, a mansion houses your body, self-mastery frees your mind. So here's your final Stoic wealth hack. Starting today, steal 30 minutes. Not for scrolling, not for reacting, for learning what actually builds freedom. Investing principles, emotional discipline, the art of leverage. Because in 5 years, you won't remember most purchases, but 30 minutes daily of compounding wisdom, that becomes irreversible wealth. That's the Stoic millionaire's edge. They don't chase money. They become someone money can't ignore. Now let's put this into action. This is where you decide, will this be another video you watch and forget? Or the moment your wealth mindset changes forever? If you want more timeless strategies the algorithms won't show you, hit subscribe right now. We don't do surface level hustle tips. We go deep, like how Marcus Aurelius made decisions like a CEO. But first, comment below. Which Stoic principle hit hardest? 1. 2. Obstacles, or 3. Wisdom? I'll reply to the most insightful answers. Seneca was right. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Your preparation? It starts today. With one choice, one action, one moment of clarity, you now know what 99% never will. The rest? It's up to you.